Hey y'all, happy Thursday, or no, Friday, whatever day it is. Today I am eating peanut butter. For the past couple days, I have been so anxious. I kind of feel like my anxiety comes in waves, like peanut butter mouth, sorry. It'll be really bad for like a week, and then like I'll get a handle on it, and then like the next couple weeks I'll be like perfect, like I'm flying, I'm fine, and then all of a sudden I don't know what happens. A week later I'm back to that same anxiety spot that I was like before.
Trigger warning: mental illness, anxiety, mental health. If talking about that induces any sort of negative emotion inside you, please click out of this video. I don't want y'all to feel any worse, but if you want to hear my experiences, keep watching.
And I just want to like talk about my specific type of anxiety, because I feel like a lot of people have it, but no one like really talks about it in detail, or at least no one that I know, because like I'm always searching for people to like understand what I'm going through, and like usually they don't, or like I just can't find anyone who's experiencing the same thing. I've had this type of anxiety since I was 6 years old, 7 years old.
Who knows where it came from?
Why is a 6 or 7 year old experiencing crippling OCD and germ anxiety or health anxiety? Where'd it come from? It's okay not to hate on myself. I'm not hating on myself. I'm just saying like it was just kind of weird because no one like I knew was like going to therapy at that age. So I felt really alone, and I felt really embarrassed, and I felt like I was hiding like a big part of myself, and like I looked fine on the outside. Like no one knew that there was anything wrong with me. Not that it's like wrong, but no one knew that I was struggling, because like you can't see mental illness. That was where it all started. And since then, like I've had years where it's gotten worse, I've had years where it's gotten better. I've experienced a bit of depression sprinkled in there. Sometimes they come at the same time too, and that's not good. But since then, I've really made it a point to get better, because I didn't want to experience that again this year. And I have not, because of me, because I worked on myself, bitch!
Yes!
That's not to say that my anxiety isn't present and alive and well. On to what I'm experiencing right now. I have a combination of health anxiety, germ and illness anxiety, and being a hypochondriac. I don't know what the official term for that is.
Well, I just looked it up and it's called illness anxiety disorder. So that is apparently a thing. And then I go on to explain what it means for me.
Feeling any little sensation in your body and thinking you're dying, or like thinking you're seriously sick, and like your brain just like jumps to really drastic conclusions about your health. So as you all know, I got COVID in December. So like this whole pandemic, I was beside myself in fear. I mean, much like everyone else, but like me having that pre-existing thing just like made it 10 times worse. So when I finally did get COVID, I was like Google searching, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just like listened to my body. I was reading that like if you have chest pains, it might mean something really serious and you need to go to the hospital. All of a sudden, I started feeling like little chest pains. Like I started feeling like little like tingly pains, but like they didn't hurt. They were just like, hey, trying to get your attention, hey. And like they would jump around my chest and sometimes in my stomach. But it was really like, it wasn't intense enough for me to be like, I need to go to the hospital. But obviously I thought I had to go to the hospital because of these tiny little like kind of sharp pains. And like my chest felt really tight, and like sometimes it felt really like heavy. I was up at night, waking Lauren up, calling my mom, being like, do I need to go to the hospital right now? But it was literally just anxiety. Do not underestimate the power of your mind. And even like a little while after I recovered, I would have it like from time to time, and then I just started getting it again like 2 days ago, and I'm like, what the fuck, what is this? Like, is this like residuals from COVID? Like, hey baby. See, Willow's like, no honey, you're fine. She always comes over when I'm anxious or sad. These pains came back and I didn't know what was causing them, and I started to get in my anxiety habit loop again. And I did read this book. It's an amazing book. It's called Unwinding Anxiety. It's probably the most effective anxiety book I've ever read to like actually understanding how your mind works and like how anxiety works. I know a lot more about anxiety now, and like I can work through it easier because of that book. I've been trying to utilize that information, but I still like that thought keeps nagging, like, oh my god, Keara, you have a chest condition, or like, oh my god, Keara, your lungs are decaying randomly. Sometimes I've said in the past that like marijuana can sometimes help me get out of a really bad mental space. So like when I was really depressed, sometimes I would smoke if I was in a really bad place to just like bring a little bit of that serotonin back so that I didn't continue down a really dark hole. So sometimes I do that when I'm anxious too. And it has two effects. It's like either it makes my anxiety 10 times worse, or it makes me forget everything and just like live in the present moment. It's so weird because like I can never predict like what it will do. So for the past few nights, I've tried to remedy my anxiety with smoking a little bit of weed. Let me tell you, it didn't work. It made it 100 million times worse. And so I wanted to share something that has like helped me really recently. My sister said this to me. My sister is always like speaking the
goddamn truth.
I posted something on my close friend's Instagram story today, basically just explaining everything I said to you, like not sure if my chest pains are from this, or this. And my sister sent me a voice note over text, and she was like, when you hyperfixate on like a specific part of your body, you can start to feel things that aren't there. Think about it, like if you hyper focus on like your left hand and like you draw all your attention to your left hand, you can feel, oh, maybe there's like a little tingle at the back of my, oh, maybe like my wrist is a bit sore. Oh, there was like a little pain in my finger. Like you start to like feel all these things that like you wouldn't normally feel if you weren't hyper fixating on that part of your body. So I literally think that is what I'm doing, but like with my chest. So something that just recently helped me, and that's why I want to share this. If you're experiencing the same thing like me, this is what I would have wanted to hear. So that's why I'm making a video about it. Feel out your anxiety fully, like acknowledge that it's there, say hello to it, notice like the sensations in your body that are happening because of the anxiety, and then like go and do something that makes you happy. So like obviously don't distract yourself by going on your phone, because that's not gonna help, and sometimes that makes you feel worse. Today, I'm gonna go and get more moss and make another moss wall art piece, and that like really grounds me. It tunes your mind into something more productive and creative, and then see if that pain is still there with your mind fully occupied on something else. And if it is, then maybe it is something more serious. But if it goes away when you're not thinking about it, it's very, very likely anxiety. Today I've already been focusing on like relaxing myself. I read a new book and then just like chilled in bed and listened to like nature sounds. My chest pains have gone away. In the morning when I was anxious, I was feeling them. I was feeling them a lot, and I was getting so anxious, and that's when I posted the Instagram story. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something else. Putting my phone away, turning it on silent, I'm gonna go read, listen to some nature sounds, relax in bed, and then I'm gonna go create some like art for my wall. And guess what? I feel so much better already. Just got back, got my moss, got my frame. I got a really delicious salad from Fresh. It's my shit. Today I'm taking care of myself, so you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to a nice big salad. And I know y'all are thinking,
Keara, are you kidding me? You bought a salad? That's your treat?
bitch, I grew up eating salads. My mom forced me to eat salads, and it kind of made me like them. So I have like grown to love vegetables. I know, it's weird. I will see you later when I eventually make the moss wall art piece. I have 2 hours. I feel like I'll be able to do it because it's not a very big one. My other one was way bigger. This is a canvas board, and then I got a canvas board frame, and then I got all these mosses from Michael's. I got like the really bright ones specifically because I wanted it to be like really vibrant, and I got this one, and then I even got this one. There's a little blue in there, and then you got your hot glue gun, and that's literally it. Good morning, it's the next morning. So this morning, Lauren and I both like really took some time for ourselves and like journaled, meditated, stretched, yoga, all that shit, all that good shit. I had some revelations today in terms of my anxiety. I wanted to share it because that is what this vlog is all about. So I was doing this meditation. It's a guided meditation, and it was called Permission to Be at Peace. Suddenly it hit me that like, I don't need to search for external answers to my problems. Like, all I need to do is like sit quiet and listen to that inner wisdom inside of me, because there's a lot of inner wisdom inside of all of us, and that is where the true answers lie. Posting on Instagram like, hey, has anyone else felt this feeling? Like, are you guys? That is just like putting me deeper into the anxiety habit loop. I'm learning today that I just need to sit quiet, listen to my intuition. What is my intuition telling me? And that has helped me so far. And another thing is just like, if I feel a little pain in my chest, not like freaking out right away and not being like trying to get rid of it right away. Just being like, hey, like I notice you, I acknowledge you, I see you, like what's up? I'm gonna like stop for a second, be conscious of like what's happening in my body. Do you have anything to add to that?
Basically like being like, okay, like instead of focusing on like why this is happening, like how many times that happens, why you're having anxiety about it, focus on like what's triggering that anxiety. Like that could be thoughts, that could be something that you saw. For example, when I was like thinking about that certain situation and I was like, why am I keep thinking about this? This like happened yesterday, why does this keep happening? Why am I so anxious about it? Instead of asking those questions, be like, okay, like what does this come down to? And then for me it was self-judgment. So now I know to work on my self-judgment, and when I feel those things, I can just be like, honey, we're gonna be nice to ourselves today. We don't need to think about that, because that'll make your energy like go down.
Yeah, I think for like today, I'm just gonna focus on enjoying my day, and then if the sensations pop up in my chest, I'm not gonna have that like immediate anxious reaction of like panic. I'm just gonna be like, hello, I see you, acknowledge it. You know?
One thing you can do is after you acknowledge it, be like, what was I just thinking?
Yeah.
That made that cause that. And like say it was being on social media. And you're like, okay, so maybe I should stay off social media the rest of the day so that I can get myself aligned again, because this one thing really bothered me.
Even getting like opinions from other people made me more anxious.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It wasn't my true intuitive thought. It was like someone else's thought.
Yeah.
And their anxiety, in some cases, was being projected onto me a little bit. Those are my morning revelations, even before coffee. We're gonna go out and get coffee now. Gonna have a little coffee day. Social media free weekend, and I'm gonna show you my beautiful art piece. I don't know if I ended up showing you the final version, but I like it. I want to hang it up.
Yeah, let's do that today.
Yeah. Morning, I'm back again. I've been doing what I said I was gonna be doing to help cope with my anxiety, and it's like been working pretty good. I mean, obviously I still have moments of panic, but you know what? If I'm really that worried, like a talk with my doctor is not gonna hurt. So if this keeps happening for the next few days, and I'm like taking control of my anxiety better, I'll just schedule an appointment with my doctor, ease my mind. If any of you guys are having the same issue, I recommend getting it checked out. Doesn't hurt.
Because if it keeps happening, I'm gonna keep getting paranoid that there's actually something wrong, so why don't I just figure out if there's actually something wrong?
I'm used to getting on my phone every morning, like first thing every morning, checking Instagram, checking TikTok, checking my email, checking all of my other social medias and messages and stuff like that. And it's really not like healthy, and it doesn't make me feel good, and it doesn't set me up for a good day. Sometimes I'll see something that triggers me and then it throws off my entire day, and I don't know about you guys, but I feel like probably a lot of people experience the same thing. So instead of like absorbing everyone else's information first thing in the morning, I'm gonna try to like not do that. I guess the problem with me is like for so long I've used my phone as like a method to wake myself up. Going on my phone like wakes up my brain basically, but I want to be able to do that without my phone. I have a lot of stuff to do today and I don't want to do any of it, but I'm going to do it. Need more salt, sugar, salt. Need more salt in my coffee. Ew. Okay, this is actually gonna be the end of my vlog now. I love you, and I hope you all are staying happy, healthy, and safe, and you're valid, you're beautiful, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah!